I'm Evan, and this is my week 85 tenor saxophone video. For this week's video, I'm going to be playing a song called My Romance, which is a slower song and it has a lot of long notes in it. So it's a perfect opportunity for a newer player such as myself to work on vibrato, which can be kind of tricky in the sense that it's hard to make it sound musical and it's hard to make it sound even, at least for this guy. So nonetheless, let me get the backing track going and we'll see what happens. Idea. It is tricky on that song. There's so many long notes and it's hard to know which ones I should add a little vibrato. The way my saxophone teacher describes vibrato, he says it should be like a little shimmer at the end of notes. You know, you don't want to overuse it. But for someone like me, I don't have the discernment to know, well, this would be a good place to use it, this would be a good place not to use it. Sometimes in the song, I couldn't do it because my embouchure was too weak, and it took all my strength just to try and play the note in tune, let alone go do, yo, 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 and try and, you know, make the pitch waver, because that's what vibrato is. It's sort of, you know, a wavering of the pitch, and my embouchure is not strong enough to do it on command. And even when I do it, I don't know, I don't really care for the sound that I have yet. I try to do it even, I try to make it sound musical, but it's hard to know. Am I doing it too fast and it sounds kind of like a billy goat? Or am I doing it too slow and it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So vibrato is kind of a weird thing, and I will continue to work on it because when it's used correctly, it sounds beautiful. And I've been listening to a lot of Stan Getz and his vibrato, and when he was, in his earlier years, his playing, I feel like it's pretty quick. But, you know, everybody kind of has their own vibrato, and it can be one of the things that kind of identifies a player. You can sometimes hear a saxophonist vibrato and say, oh, that's, Coltrane, or that's Stan Getz, or that's Dexter Gordon, or whatever, just off of their vibrato. So it's an interesting thing, and I feel like this song was a good showcase to just kind of display me dipping my toes into it. And hopefully in my later songs, I'll be able to incorporate vibrato and have it sound good. So anyways, that concludes week 85. I do want to say next week I'll be traveling, so I won't have a video next week, but I'm planning on picking it up where I left off the week following. So take care, have a great day.